Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to Stellar Warfare, a game that has some stellar warfare in space. Yeah, build your own spaceships, build up your base, and try to survive an enemy onslaught in what seems to be an endless wave mode. Although it goes up to 10, it gets more difficult as time goes on. And we've checked out this game before, but now it is fully released on Steam and also has some more features coming in the future. There'll be, of course, expansions onto the fleet editor, a campaign, also more things coming to multiplayer, and even a co-op mode coming possibly for some of these things as well. If you guys would like to see more of Stellar Warfare or more space games on the channel, suggest to me what you want to see down below in the comment section. Let me know of any cool games that are up and coming that you want me to check out. And definitely check out this one on Steam as it's finally out. Smash the like too, and thanks again for watching. Thomas, the developer of this game, and me had a wonderful, lovely chat for a few hours about game development, and specifically the development of Stellar Warfare. And he's been so kind to provide footage and all sorts of things on the previous episodes that we took a look at, more data and information and an early look, that I wanted to check it out before it came out. There's a whole story behind what's going on in this space, so it's not just a mindless battle simulator like Gratuitous Space Warfare, I think was another game that you may remember. This also shares a little bit of Command & Conquer, maybe Command & Conquer Red Alert or Generals, however you want to look at it, and also a little bit of Supreme Commander and Planetary Annihilation. Both very good games, all very good games, and hopefully Stellar Warfare becomes one of those cherished gems. With the quick tutorial, fleet editor, and all the other things I mentioned, there's a lot to look forward to here. Let's jump into the fleet editor real quick. We may have seen this before, but the developer went into a little bit more detail about the fleet editor, where we can do things like change our name and make all sorts of different changes to all the ships here. And of course, we can add more guns and things like that. Different guns, we could do mixed packages or whatnot. Things to destroy the enemy base, things to destroy enemy fleets, or things to try to do a mix of both. And also we have small size ships, medium and large. Pretty cool, actually. We can name these, take a look at them in different colors, and give them many different weapons. Check that out. That looks good. I like it. Right, well, anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into, and it's, by the way, it's much more complicated than it seems, with many different ships to choose from, and many weapons as well. We'll go ahead and jump into a little skirmish now. Almost feels like a single-player experience. Felt like he was playing alongside me, giving me good tips about the game, and much more to learn, too. But anyway, let's jump in now to Stellar Warfare. Thanks again for your support, positivity, and awesomeness down below in the comments section. You guys are the #1 community out there. So give me those ones down below in the comments section, and enjoy the show. Okay, so we always start by building our base then with the, you have your anchorage to start with, right?
Yep.
And then you want to start by bringing in all sorts of different vehicles and stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I see my resources, my power and population.
Yeah. Underneath there's the ships, there's the economy buildings, like the power stations, refineries.
And at the bottom, that's where I can boost my health or my shields or shield regen. Okay.
The icons at the bottom are the toggles, the toggle buttons for the show health, don't show health, stuff like that.
Oh,
And
wow.
one of the best features in the game is that you can press C now.
You are victorious.
Oh,
I won.
okay. Yeah,
All right.
me too. That's very much not good.
Well, thank you. Developer hacks. Fantastic.
That's definitely not good. It says you won for me as well.
Yeah. Oh, wait. It says that I won? Oh, wait. I can see your base.
Yeah, like we're still playing, but
So there's not like a, what do you call it? Fog of war?
this is what I would call like a game-breaking bug.
Uh-oh.
No. There's never fog of war. But I think we should probably restart this match.
Sure. Now, is C supposed to target like a specific vehicle that I have selected?
If you have one selected, yeah.
Okay, so if I click on like a ship that's coming out of my anchorage, it'll kind of show it like coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
It will automatically change targets though, but yeah.
Okay.
If the same issue happens again, I'm going to cry a little bit, but at the same time, let's just continue playing then because.
Sure. That's all right. Let's see if I try it now. Okay, so it didn't happen this time. I'm pressing Charlie.
Oh, no. It definitely wasn't the C button. It has to do with that I check if a player wins or loses after about a minute into the game.
Oh, so it wasn't that I
Because-
hit a button.
Oh no. It wasn't something you did, which is more worrisome because if it was you pressing a certain button, then I would just have to look at that button
Building.
in the code, and I could fix it fairly easily.
I gotcha.
New ship constructed.
Oh yeah, another thing I like too is how you can use the scroll wheel to bring like buildings and stuff to a higher altitude, just
Yeah.
slightly adjacent. I like that.
Building.
Yeah, it's been difficult to try to develop the 3D-dimensional placing of stuff. It's getting better. It's still sometimes a little bit wonky, but in most cases it works fine.
Current building not yet finished.
You can
Construction
also
complete.
maybe select your harvester and then hold down B.
Oh, first person, or well,
Yeah.
third person.
Type of a bridge cam, sort of.
Underway.
Oh, that's cool. So
Yeah,
Charlie's like a cinematic view. Oh, you can even command it from here.
Ready. Moving
Yeah.
to destination.
Oh, that's neat. Okay.
Moving to destination.
That's going to be really cool when you get into those awesome space battles of like, 30 destroyers versus 30 destroyers.
Definitely.
Okay, so I want to make some
Building.
harvesters.
It happens fairly often that people in multiplayer,
New ship
when they
constructed.
know that they'll lose a battle and probably the game, they'll just press C
New
and
ship
just
constructed.
watch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when your game's pretty enough to where you can
New
lose
ship
but still be like,
constructed.
yeah, I want a GG, but this is pretty sweet. That's a good sign.
That's
So
definitely good.
the surveyor unit creates a buildable area. Is this also what captures the Zabu plants?
Anything can capture a Zabu plant.
You
but
just got to
it-
get close.
Yeah, and it's usually best to move close to it with a surveyor, and then most people go to the defense menu and just buy a repeller turret because it's the cheapest turret. They build that next to the Zabu, and then it stays captured.
I love the skybox with this one too. I like that a lot.
Good.
Looking around and just seeing it all go on. Okay, so there's options to sell a building too. Once you, like for example, if I'm done with the asteroid near a refinery, I can't move the refinery, right? So is there,
Oh.
there's an option to sell it?
No, you can scuttle it though. You can delete it. But
Oh, okay.
Why would you? I guess.
Oh, that's true. Well, it doesn't take power, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
The only thing that does take power is the matter generator.
Oh, okay.
New ship constructed. Building.
Man, it'd be really cool to be able to like eventually custom. The thing with these types of games and the trouble with early access is that you see potential, and what I do is I always just think like, oh man, it'd be cool to be able to customize my harvesters to like have a really big one, but it's really slow, or to like, you know how the factions were different in Red Alert. Of course, we talked about it. Like Yuri, for example, I think his harvesters could actually plop down in the harvesting field, or could go close to them. The refinery was mobile, as were the other two. One was just heavily armed, and the other one could just teleport and travel faster. Kind of worked out the same either way, but
Yeah.
that was kind of cool that way.
Yeah, and I've also thought of mobile refineries that you can just plop next to an asteroid and then move on when you were done. I didn't think of the bigger harvesters
Not
yet.
enough power.
I did think of, okay, it would be
Insufficient
really
metals.
cool to add like a weapon tool harvester, to have each harvester also have minor combat abilities, you know?
Standing
Yeah.
by.
But yeah, like as long as I can afford to keep working on this game, stuff like that
Construction
will be
complete.
added. So, and I do about usually 100 things a week, more or less. As in, they can be really small things, of course, but yeah, there's a lot of changes in basically.
And what I already just thought of now too is something I didn't do before is the wave survival gets overwhelming once you're under attack and stuff when you start to learn, and that's pretty exciting actually to see you succeeding to, against several waves of attacks of the enemy fleet. But I could imagine going into playing a multiplayer game alone just to get the hang of it and see all the stuff up close, because I like to look at all this stuff. So going into like single player just to sit around and look at stuff and play it that way is really cool. And I can see the campaign being that way as well, where you start out slow with a few units, and then as time goes on, you don't have access to everything at the start, but eventually you get access to more and more stuff as you go on.
Yeah.
to build more and more stuff. I like that.
Yeah, and that's also why I wanna, like, I have all the missions now, but I would like to look at each mission individually better as I work on it. So I could just release it as is without voice acting, but then it would also have like a lot less fine tuning. Like I'd like to take a few weeks, look at just that certain campaign mission, add certain campaign specific elements to that map, and really, make more difference in it than it currently has. Because it is currently functional and it does tell the story, but I'd like to add to it, I guess.
Yeah, I could imagine taking time to develop that. One thing is, it's easy to think of things. Well, sometimes it's not easy to think of things, but to find out what you're happy with, to write it down, and then to translate that into a game, and then the missions, and then writing the story, keeping the dialogue brief but also interesting, because players want to play, but they also want to feel immersed. So it's like, there's a lot of plates to spin, I could only imagine, for something like that.
Yeah, like I could easily spend like I could spend 10,000 more hours on this project, no problem. Like there's plenty to do, like plenty.
Not enough.
I do recommend like that forward surveyor that you have. Maybe make a refinery there as well.
Surveyor.
Oh yeah, the surveyor can build. So in
Yeah.
order to get the surveyor to build, I click on the surveyor and then select a building?
No, you don't have to click on the surveyor. You can just always build near it.
Oh, okay, so the surveyor is kind of like expanding your building area around it.
Bingo. And I do want to show circles for that as well. That's
yeah.
one of the things on the to-do list to make it more clear to players. But I'm not sure if that makes it better or worse in terms of visibility. So I'll be experimenting with that as well.
Okay, that's a good idea.
And it's usually a good idea to also Alt and then left click on an object to center on it before you place something. That sometimes makes placing easier. That is explained in the tutorial that we skipped. So.
Yeah, and I've over all my years of playing strategy games, I feel like one of the greatest tutorials is also just playing single player campaigns, because that's when you like I mentioned, you start out slow and you learn the basics of like how each unit functions, what their advantages and disadvantages are. Sometimes there's a stealth mission where you can find out a character's horrible against armor but great against infantry or whatnot.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I tried to keep it very simple, tutorial that we have here. Like just a list of hotkeys and a list of objectives, and you can just go through them, and you don't even have to finish it. But you do get like a blueprint for a new ship in the tutorial, so not completely useless. You shouldn't completely skip it usually.
You can't build here.
Oh, I see you built a large shield generator around your base.
Yeah, it's good against rushes.
So 450 for the shield generation plus another 3,500 for the hull integrity of the station. Interesting.
Yeah, you can choose. If you have a repair station next to your shipyard, that heals based on the percentage of health from something.
Not enough.
So then sometimes it's better to get the health upgrade.
Insufficient metal.
It also depends on how much resources you have of each type. Because if you have, like, the health upgrades cost more metal.
Building.
The shield upgrades cost more power.
Right.
So if you have a lot of metal, you obviously just usually buy the health upgrades.
So is there a way to upgrade your ships in the field during battle, or is it
Nope.
mostly spent on your buildings?
That's mostly spent on your buildings. The ships
enough
are
population.
customized before the game.
Construction complete.
However, I do have an idea to add like a kill counter to each ship, simply
Ooh.
because it would be cool.
Building.
And also add something like veterancy.
Yes. So there'd be like a symbol next to them saying that they're an elite unit now and can fire faster or move faster or something.
Yeah, and get
Because their
like
experience.
twice the amount of health when they are rank 3 or something, or get
Current
some
building not yet
passive
finished.
health regeneration, stuff like that.
Construction complete.
Neat idea.
Yeah, oh man, there's so many cool things that you can add to a game. So as long as I can keep adding stuff, I'll keep adding stuff. The only thing is I have to try to also guard that it doesn't become unnecessarily complex. Like if I add every idea that I or other people have to the game,
Right.
then at some point you're like, yeah, I have no idea like what to do in the game. So
I actually
Not
noticed that
enough
there's
population.
actually like a fiery planet revolving around the imploding sun or something in the background. The skybox actually moves. It's alive. It's not just a
just a
static
box.
planet or something. Yeah, and as I move the camera too, I can see glaring between. Like, wow, that's impressive though that an asteroid will block the light, and it actually changes a little bit. Like that. That's cool. That means you could have a cool cutscene where like a ship comes in and blocks out the sun or something like that.
Yeah, would be pretty hard to set up maybe,
Building.
or
Current
what I
building
usually
not
do
yet
is I just
finished.
press cinematic camera, and I have that NVIDIA thing installed that you
Oh,
can just
yeah.
press a button to save the last 30 seconds or something. OBS has it as well, but you have to
Not
set it
enough
up.
power.
But once you have it,
Not
you
enough
can just
power.
press a button,
Not
and
enough
then it
power.
records the last 20 seconds, 30 seconds,
Construction
whatever
complete.
you
Not
want.
enough population.
Oh, this is something I didn't see in the in this mode, but I don't think this was in the wave survival mode. Is unlocking ship frames, so medium and heavy ship frames.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a thing I gotta save for and start doing.
Yeah. Artillery structures are a personal favorite of mine.
Me too.
Cancelled.
They're not like
Okay.
Supreme Commander, like long range artillery, but they're fun.
Yeah, it is cool to set up like maybe like a forward base in front of your base where the enemy would have to either attack from the flank, which would give you time to respond, or they'd have to break through your defenses, giving you even more time to respond too. And damage them as well.
Plasma fortresses are great for those type of anchors because they really take a beating.
This looks so cool. I love it.
Not enough
Good.
population.
Yeah, the asteroids look good too. I like how they're kind of just
Rocks?
yeah, they're just like floating rocks, not any sort of crazy shape or anything like that. So you can clearly see them and identify them without knowing they're not props. You can mine everything that you can see. Unless it's a complex, which then you can have it to get additional power and metal from you, but it's just like everybody I think it's now that we're at the point where that's capable. Like we're capable of doing cool explosions and they look great.
Not
Now
enough
other games
power,
had their own take
insufficient
on it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's really cool to see it at this level.
Ship reporting. Understood, sir.
Yeah, and I love the flag.
Yeah, the flak is cool. Yeah, I see why you keep using it because it's my favorite too.
Yeah, it's just Gundam, you know?
I try to avoid using it because it's so cool that if I use it too much, it's going to be the only thing I build.
Yeah.
So it'll be a mistake to keep using it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Underway. Yes, sir.
I'm
underway.
retreating to my forward
Engines
base.
ready.
Yeah, I saw. You're trying to lure me in, I see.
Yeah. Basically bait the NPC.
So now, because you've created defenses, it changes my strategy a bit too. You've got the that's my favorite right there, the plasma fortress. That thing has 4 photon cannon batteries. Is that considered to be flak? Is that what the photon batteries are?
No, those are anti-heavy.
Okay.
The repressor cannon behind it that I'm now putting a
Not
shield
enough
on,
power.
those are
Insufficient metal.
Oh, the AOE rounds. Okay. And then you've got the smart laser. What is the jump beacon? What is that for?
that's where I can jump my ships to.
Wait, so you can like Wait, how does that work? When they come
Wait.
out, they can just teleport?
Yeah, if you might hear a sound now,
I do, yeah.
and then they jump.
Oh, what? Oh, so that makes it so you can easily reinforce the front line with ships.
Yep.
Now, where do they start from? Or can they just... is that like
Everywhere.
oh, so they can go from anywhere in the map to that beacon?
Yeah.
So long as the beacon exists, which it has very low health.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. So
Not
you could
when I
actually
put a
make
shield on it.
Oh, you can put a shield on it too. Oh, of course. Oh, this is the ultimate battle now. I thought we were just going to hang out. I didn't
No,
realize-
no, it's war.
Now it's war? Okay. Well, that's good.
Not enough
Yes, sir.
power.
Underway.
You can also jump to beacon ships. So there's a certain ship frame that you can jump to. And it's really light,
Oh.
really fragile. But it is something that you can move behind the base of an unsuspecting player. And then jump
Oh.
your entire fleet in his back door.
Oh, wow.
New ship constructed.
Yeah, I realize I have no, like,
Not enough power.
no defenses at all at my base. That's
Well,
clever.
you don't have to make them.
Oh, look at all those ships going out. That's so cool.
Yeah, I love the cinematic camera the most. And the... basically just staring at the visuals.
Not enough power.
There's not much formation controls currently. There's only 2 basic formations, and they're either tight formation or loose formation, which you can toggle
enough
with
power.
the bottom right 2 icons. And basically, the only moment that that's really useful is against flak.
Insufficient metal.
So if a player goes really flak heavy, you really want to have a loose formation. In pretty much all other cases, you want to have a tight formation.
Right.
Building. Insufficient metal.
Yes.
Mm.
Understood. Yes, sir. Underway. Underway, sir. Underway. Underway, sir.
Construction
I'm
complete.
not sure why I'm raiding these harvesters. Because the asteroid only has 900 left in it anyway.
Underway.
Yeah, it'll be out of there soon.
Yeah, maybe I can do some damage. Just destroy the refinery.
Reporting. Underway. Underway.
Drop-off point set.
Minor.
Drop-off
So
point
this
set.
is a good moment. Toggle to loose formation.
Drop-off point set.
Thrusters engaged.
I've also noticed that when I have multiple vehicles selected, like for example with the harvester, if I click the drop-off point, it seems to multiply the sound effects times however many vehicles I have selected.
Ah, it might do that for the harvesters.
It
but
does,
that's,
yeah.
That's not what it should do. Okay. I'm going to add that to a tweak list.
Yep, make a note.
Multiple harvesters. Multiple drop-off point found. Selected. I'll probably know what this means when I look at it tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll probably hear that one. I want to get some more light ships out. Oh, good. Now we have a big battle going, too.
Ready to embark.
Yeah, I'm-
Yes, sir. Underway. Yes, sir.
I'm
So did-
cowardly trying to snipe some of your big ships.
Yeah, I see that. So in order to change the formations, how would I do that?
Like the two the two
Not
buttons in
enough
your
power.
bottom right of the
Insufficient
screen.
metal.
Either
Ah.
tight formation or loose formation, and it just determines how they arrive at their
Underway, sir.
destination.
Oh, I see.
For now, it's very basic, but it gives you a way to
Underway.
easily avoid
Understood.
flak
Underway.
damage, big
Underway.
flak clouds.
Underway, sir. Underway. Understood, sir.
Oh, this is great. So recently I was playing a game called Carrier Command 2, and it puts you on the bridge of like an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
And everybody gets to play a different role inside of that. And it made me also think a lot about Star Citizen, which is a game that I couldn't help but think of when I also played this too, in terms of like the, you know, if I were the crew on these ships, and how, you know, how many people are actually on board this. So, and since you have you have the habitat things that you have to build, the you know, for the stations, you know, it's like there are people on board these ships
Insufficient
too.
metal.
So it's not like we're building just like an endless AI war, fighting back and forth. So I'm
I
just
feel like
thinking
it's
of like,
people.
yeah, right. So the war, there's a lot going on here. Plus, as you move them, you know, they communicate with you and stuff too. So I was just thinking of how cool the scale is here, because you could have a lot more ships on here eventually. You could have like one of those, you know, you do custom rules with a friend, like you say, okay, no attacking for the first hour, and then you just,
Yeah.
you know, you divvy up the map, see how many resources you can get, and then at the end of a half hour or an hour or whatever, then that's when you start dishing out the pain.
Yeah.
So it'd be really cool to see like, you know, massive scale battles and see what the campaign will have.
Yes.
You know, obviously you'll have to ramp. Mission 1 will be much different than the final mission. How many missions do you plan to have, by the way?
Currently 8.
Not enough
Okay.
power.
But the interesting thing about the campaign here is that you can modify your fleet. So like
Oh, in the
your-
campaign.
yeah, so like your
Oh.
modified fleet translates to the campaign as well.
Oh, that's really cool. So if it
So
works
you-
really well in the, you can test it out in multiplayer before you go into the campaign, or vice versa.
Yeah, you can do a missile-only single player if you want, or a beam.
Oh,
whip-
yeah.
whip. Yeah, you know, you can do whatever.
So your campaign is how you make it. Like you can beat it really easy with all the good stuff, but then
Insufficient
the real challenge is doing different tactics each time.
Shield up, shield down,
Yes, sir.
shield up.
Yeah.
Reporting in.
Well, there's flak all over.
Insufficient metal.
Yes. Understood, sir.
Nice. I got your destroyer. Oh, and the other ones are heavily damaged, I think.
Okay.
Not enough power.
Plan B. Know what I'm gonna do?
Engines to full. Mining.
Reporting in. Understood, sir. Reporting in. Yes, sir.
What I did now is I jumped towards my forward base so that I could
Insufficient
rush your base,
Ooh.
and at the same time just build a bunch of cheap units at my own base in order to counter your fleet. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but that's my
Unit
plan.
reporting. Underway, sir. Understood, sir. Ship report.
Not
Yes,
enough
sir.
power.
Underway. Engines ready. Engines ready.
I mean, it's sort of
Yes,
working
sir.
so
Underway,
far.
sir. Unit reporting. Yes, sir.
Now, is the shield based on your power that you're generating from your base, or is that specific
No.
to the anchorage?
It just regenerates after a while. It's not power. It doesn't require any power. It's basically health that comes back. Oh, this is not good at all.
Orders, Admiral. Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Not enough power.
Alright, so my very smart tactic might not be
Understood,
very
sir.
smart
Yes,
after
sir.
all.
Ship reporting.
Because I didn't notice that some of the ships that I jumped away are very low in health. Like the 2 heavy units I had with me, they had like 200 health each.
Uh-oh.
So I am trying to snipe your shipyard, but I think you'll kill my units before
Insufficient metal.
I'll be able to do so.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Ready to embark. Underway, sir.
Oh
You
boy.
also dealing some
Ready for
damage.
orders.
Ah, my jump's on cooldown.
Jump has a limited cooldown.
Yeah. 100 seconds for me until I can jump again. The timing is important there too.
Now, is there a way to repair your anchorage after you take damage?
Yeah. You have to build a repair station next to it.
Oh,
A
okay.
utility building.
New ship constructed.
Where you'd
Not
have to go
enough
to
power.
unlocks,
Insufficient
utility.
metal.
Right, support structures.
Ship
Yeah.
reporting. Ready for orders. Engines ready. Yes, sir.
And those are also choices that you have to make. Like you have to choose, okay, am I going to unlock
Reporting in.
support structures or am I going to unlock medium ships first? One more beam out of
Yes,
spite.
sir. Underway. Underway.
Just for the
Engines
record, I
ready.
got it down to 60%. Just in case that I lose, I can say,
Yes, sir.
yeah, but
Underway.
I got it down. Economy is actually quite
Insufficient
got
metal.
it right now. Trying to make some matter generators. Get some income that way.
Not enough power. Insufficient metal.
Standing by.
I am going to try to snipe your shipyard again. But this time with a whole bunch of light units.
Oh boy.
And they're all anti-heavy weaponry, so they might do some damage.
Building.
Do you hear the exit flashes as
Ready
well?
to embark.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So you
saw
just
that.
heard.
Yeah, I heard that, and I think I saw a blue flash as well.
Okay, good. You just doing
Construction
some bug
complete.
checks
Sir,
and
underway. Yes, sir. Underway.
Ready. Underway. Ready.
Insufficient
Engines
metal.
to full.
Ship report. Yes, Admiral. Engines ready. Reporting in. Underway, sir.
yeah, this is what specialized weaponry does. You have magma cannons, which are great against buildings. Not so great against the fleet of light ships. So
Insufficient
what
metal.
I would do usually in your case right now is just queue up a whole bunch of light anti-light ships
Underway.
and use the construction boost on your shipyard in order to counter my units before they get close.
Okay.
Because that's probably a better counter than one or two destroyers at this point.
Underway.
But you might be a bit too late for that now. Not that you could have known that's an experience type thing and something that players, you know.
Oh, and you have the large spread going on too.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Flex not gonna kill this. I'm gonna go in a loose formation and
Insufficient metal.
try to snipe the shipyard like that.
New ship constructed. Insufficient metal.
Unit report.
See, you do have a bunch of Flex shooting at my ships.
Sir.
If I was clustered up, that could have been very dangerous. Especially if you used construction boost as well.
Oh, to build multiple
Enemy forces are victorious.
to build multiple thingies.
Yeah, to build them really quickly.
Oh, damn, that's loud. There it goes.
Not enough power.
There you go. Oh, wait, all the other buildings blow up at different times.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I made that later.
Yeah, I like that because, you know, Red Alert 2 would just be like everything went at the same time. But that's more dramatic, like beating a, you know, a boss in like a early Nintendo game.
True. You remember in Red Alert 2 or something that it would almost freeze the game at some point? Because everything detonated at the same time?
Oh, yeah. Right at the end, it would all just freeze.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
so I had the same
Insufficient
thing
net,
happening
not
a
enough
little bit.
population.
It didn't actually crash, but I was worried about it a little bit. So it's like, okay, instead of everything just dying at the same time, let's just lower the health every tick, and then based on how much health structure has, it dies sooner or later. So the more health a structure has, later it would die, and it would spread out the dying a little bit.
I see.
So
Well,
it's
I
an
like that.
accidental feature.
An extra little feature.
Not
It
enough
reminds me of
power.
Company Heroes 2 when at the end of a defeat in that, like artillery there's some sort of way to finish off the enemy base and it kind of finishes off slowly.
Yeah.
Kind of a cool thing there. All right, well, good game, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.